Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Look, judicial ethics is worthy of examination, and sure, it's within our jurisdiction, but the Democrats' goal here today with this legislation is abundantly clear. It's been stated, maybe not intentionally, but this is not really about judicial ethics. This is about what's happening at the court right now, and this is another attempt by them to bully the court and to usurp its judicial independence, which is a foundational principle of our entire system. Look, Democrats have engaged in a consistent and recurrent pattern of attempting to malign and unduly influence the justices of the court. And there's a reason for that, because they want them to be reluctant to strike down their radical progressive agenda that they're trying to push on the American people. In March of 2020, everybody knows Senator Schumer, he stood out on the steps of the Supreme Court and he openly threatened the conservative justices on the court. It was an incredible thing. And in a moment of candor, many of you would probably agree that that was so far over the line. And he said, quote, "I want to tell you, Gorsuch, I want to tell you, Kavanaugh, you have released the whirlwind and you'll pay the price. You won't know what hits you if you go forward with these awful decisions." The day he was there, he was talking about a Louisiana pro-life law that was being litigated, being argued before the court. I was actually the attorney who argued that court in the district court many years prior. Nothing radical about that at all. It was to protect women, this health and safety of women. But Senate Democrats have also attempted to intimidate the court through amicus briefs. They have hinted that the Senate would, quote, restructure the court if it did not reach the Democrats' favorite outcome in these cases. And you heard it plainly and bluntly here today. They've openly admitted, I mean, the whole deal is that we're going to pack the court. They want to add justices to the court because they're concerned about this. I will not yield. No, I will not. And now, on May 2nd, there's been this shocking and unprecedented leak of the Alito's draft opinion in the Dobbs case. And much has been said about it because it should. Now, we don't know the identity of the individual who leaked this, but we need to find out, because it's unleashed a fury and an outcry that is aimed directly at the conservative justices that Senate Democrats and House Democrats have openly threatened in the public square. This is dangerous, not only to the individuals involved, but also to our entire system. Now, why the outrage? Why the public outcry? Why all of these desperate measures? Because they know what that Dobbs opinion is about and what it apparently may ultimately do. After 50 years, almost 50 years, the most anticipated, most important Supreme Court decision. Why is that? Because let's put it bluntly, and you can shake your heads, you can look at your phones, but this is the facts, okay? Roe v. Wade gave constitutional cover to the elective killing of unborn children in America, period. Think about it. Let it settle on you. As a result, the lives of more than 63 million American children have been lost. Think about the staggering implications of that. I was born in January 1972. I'm just a year older, almost exactly a year older than Roe. If you look at the stats, I want you to think about this. 63 million represents somewhere between 1/2 and 1/3 of my entire generation. My high school class should have been almost twice as large as it was. And all of you, if you're under the age of 50, your class should have been twice as large, or maybe 1/3 larger than it was. Your classmates were not allowed to be born. You think about the implications of that on the economy. We're all struggling here to cover the bases of Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid and all the rest. If we had all those able-bodied workers in the economy, we wouldn't be going upside down and toppling over like this. Listen,
the gentleman
I will not yield. I will not. Roe was a terrible corruption of America's constitutional jurisprudence, period. Elective abortion does not appear anywhere in the Constitution, not in its text, its structure, or its original meaning. And because of that, in our system, the decision is supposed to be left to the states, to the people. That's where it will be restored when the Dobbs decisions come down. We hope, we pray. But the whole purpose of this, no pretense here, the whole purpose is to try to intimidate those 5 conservative justices, possibly 6, who have at least implied or indicated that they may actually finally acknowledge the absurdity of the Roe opinion. It has no foundation in the law. They invented the right to abortion out of thin air, period. And that's what the state of Mississippi is arguing in Dobbs. And finally, hopefully, common sense will prevail. We will return this decision to the people where it belonged in the beginning, and that will be a great day in America. So listen, jump up and down, scream, do it under the guise of judicial ethics, try everything you're going to.
The gentleman yield?
I will not yield, Mr. Chairman. This is too important. The American people are going to let their voices be heard in November. The justices may do the right thing prior to that, and we can't wait. That day can't come soon enough. I yield back.